crust of bread and the attitude of gratitude. Crust of bread. Hello, you all. I'm Diana Brienne. You know, growing up, my grandmother never even threw out a crust of bread. She used it in some way. My grandmother grew up in the Great Depression, and so did my mother. My mother was a small child. My grandmother was a young woman with children growing up or living in the Great Depression. And so they knew that sometimes the next meal was not always predictable, although they always had a next meal because they were frugal and they held on to everything they had, but they didn't throw away anything. You know, I believe that our society is one that throws away so much. We discount relationships, we discount achievements, we discount the little things in life, we discount blessings, and we're a society that's constantly reaching bigger dreams, bigger goals, bigger cars, bigger houses, more money, bigger job, better job, and people seem to not be satisfied very much in life. I'm not speaking that all people are like that, but I'm speaking that a large percentage of people are like that in my belief. I believe in gratitude. I believe in having the spirit of gratitude for the least little things that we have to the biggest of things that we have. I believe in reaching. I believe in goal setting. I believe in dream setting. And yet I believe in valuing and cherishing what we have in our lives at the present moment, even before we begin to build those dreams. I believe that we can do two things at once. We can be reaching for dreams and we can be grateful for where we're at, even if we never achieve those dreams. You know, what our society is going through right now is a challenging and difficult time. And I think it's giving people perspective. It's slowing their life down to show them what they already have achieved and that they don't want to lose it. Sometimes people only begin to appreciate what they have when they have a chance of losing it. And you know, we don't want to have to lose something in order to be grateful for it, whether it's a relationship, whether it's material things, whether it's a house, a car, a job, whatever. Some people go in and they complain about their jobs. Oh, I don't like my job. I'm really unhappy on my job. But the moment that they think that they're going to lose that job, they panic and they go, oh, I love that job. I don't want to lose that job. Don't be one of those people that has to wait till they almost lose it or lose it in order to be grateful for what you have. So many people throw their relationships away. We are a relationship throwaway society in many cases. Well, if I have to work on this relationship, it's not worth it. Well, we all have to work on relationships. That's how relationships grow and become better. But people often don't want to put forth the energy to make a relationship be its very best. They would rather throw it away and go find a new relationship and then repeat the cycle over and over and over again when times get tough or difficult in relationships. Growing up, my grandmother used to say people didn't get divorced very often because, well, they were dependent upon each other. And maybe to a degree that dependency was good. Yes, some people should be divorced, and I'm all for divorce in the right circumstances, but too often people just use divorce as an excuse to throw away a perfectly good relationship that they don't want to give the time and energy to work on, or they think the grass is always greener somewhere else. And that's kind of the societies that we live in nowadays, the throwaway society. And so I believe in being like my grandmother. Save that crust of bread, use that crust of bread, be frugal, value what you have, cherish what you have, honor the people that are in your life, perfect or imperfect, flawed or not flawed. Even if people are imperfect, we can work with the relationship to make it work for us. We may not be able to have all relationships up close and personal. Some may have to be more at a distance so that we can have a good relationship, have a better relationship with that person. Other relationships we can't be in at all, but most relationships we can work with and create a good relationship or a great relationship from it. Relationships take investment. Our jobs take investment. Often people want. They want more, but they're really not satisfied with what they have. I believe that it's important to cherish and be grateful for what we presently have in our lives, from the smallest to the biggest of blessings. And don't wait for that day where that blessing is taken away or almost taken away to be grateful. Be grateful now. Whether you achieve bigger dreams or not, whether you achieve bigger goals or not, whether you improve upon those circumstances or not, be grateful for what you have as it is, while you are reaching, while you are striving to make things better. I believe in the attitude of gratitude. And so many people just seemed to have the attitude of entitlement. They demand, they expect, they feel entitled to what they haven't worked for. If we've worked for something, then we're entitled to it. But if we haven't worked for it, often we're not entitled to it until we work for it. I see a lot of people demanding from their parents, well, I expect you to put me through college. Well, that's a blessing that the parents are blessing the young people with. But often the young people don't see it that way. Now, my kids do. My kids are very respectful. And I believe that there are many, many young people out there that are very, very respectful. But so many are not. So many expect, they demand, they want, they expect society to give them what they don't have to work for. They expect their parents to give them what they don't have to work for. And so I don't believe in being entitled to something that we did not work for. Only for what we have worked for should we feel entitled to. And we should never feel arrogance. We should always be humbled, and we should always feel that attitude of gratitude. From my house to yours, may God bless you. And I want to show you my dusty porch right now, Grandma's porch. We are having a tremendous amount of pollen. I took the sheet off of Grandma's couch, but the other ones I did not, and I have to put it back on Grandma's couch because we have about 2 weeks worth of green yellow pollen, and it's heavy, 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 and it can ruin the cushions, and so we don't want that. Especially not with Grandma's couch. Well, from my house to yours, may God bless you, and I'll talk to you all soon again. Bye-bye.